whānau, welcome back to Under the Whāriki. I'm Anatola.
I'm Tahu, and today our topic is Mozzies. Not Mozzies, but like Māori Aussies. And our specialist guest, who flew in straight from Aussie for this episode.
Yep.
My little brother, Paulie Manuel. Tēnā koe, my bro. Ko ai koe.
Kia ora. Tuatahi, ka te kāna, ngā mi kia ui, kia iho ngā mano, matuata mō aero tapu, ngā nere pona me te māngai, he tautoko mai, ai nei aka nei ai. Ko Paulie Manuel tōku ingoa, huri tēnei, no rātana pā, kei reira au, i tupu ai. Cheer.
Amazing.
Wicked.
So to kind of get the space warmed up, ironically with an icebreaker, we basically do this thing called yeah, nah, or nah, yeah. So I'm going to like say a statement and then we're going to have a little chat. And just to preface, all judgment is allowed. I'm allowed to judge you, I'm allowed to judge Tahu, and that's just about it. Yeah? Cool.
And you're not allowed to judge back.
And you're not allowed to judge me. Okay, cool. So here's a statement. Lipping the bottle while sharing a drink. Lipping I don't even want to look at you right now.
Or nah, yeah.
So yeah, nah, or yeah. Or sorry, yeah, nah, or nah, yeah. What are your thoughts, Paulie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So nah, yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Nah, yeah.
So you're all about lipping it when you're sharing it with people?
Yeah, well, I think there's a time and place, but in general, I think, yeah, nah, yeah.
So you just lip. So if I had a drink right now.
So you just go ahead and shove
Wait,
your
so
lips in
if
your
I had a drink right now and I'd be like, oi, do you guys want a drink? And I give it to you and I give it to you. You just straight lip it.
Probably, yeah, probably.
What about you, Tahu?
Yeah, I'm a nah, yeah. And I live with
Right.
someone who really hates that shit. Like he like it gets under his skin so bad that it's become more of a habit for me to show him that I'm lipping his drinks.
Disrespect. That's the absolute disrespect.
Yeah, and I honestly just find nothing wrong with it. Like at all, like not one bit. Yeah, I'm a yes. Not even a nah, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And what are you?
I'm a yeah, nah. I'm a hell yeah, nah.
Right.
That's like, I feel like I crafted the way that you could drink a drink without lipping it, like when I was 5 years old.
Really?
Yeah, you just give me any drink, I'll drink it without lipping it.
Yeah, from the cup.
Do it right now. Show us. I feel like it's such a, I mean, look, I'm generalizing, but like it's such a Pasifika thing. Like you just share everything, right? Like for us, like we just share it. Like you just go and you be like, oh, I get the fries, you get the $2 chips, you get the drink, and we'll just all share it. Like you get tomato sauce, all good. You get the $1 bread, and we'll just sit at the beach and like eat and drink.
Yeah.
And so people just share the drink around. We'll just be like, you know?
I think for me, out of all of my mates, I really sucked at lipping the bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, like not lipping the bottle, sorry.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all the boys are like, no lips. But like, yo, but I couldn't because it always stripped down on my top. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna, who cares? This is my thing. I'm gonna be the guy in the group.
I'm at the end.
Yeah. I'll
just
be
go
in the
to
guy
the
in the
end.
group to just lip it.
Yeah.
So it's because that's one of the reasons because I sucked
Yeah.
at not lipping the bottle.
Interesting. You know what you do is, you know the lid, you put your thumb there, and then you just put your lip on the thumb.
Do you know what though? Like there is people that I
Here we
bang.
go.
I understand because like my sister, growing up, big juju lips.
Yeah.
And she honestly would drink drinks like I'm alright with people lipping my drink, but it's when they double lip.
Ooh.
Just trying to hit.
Full lip
Hey,
over.
if it's like, hey, there's a bottle, yeah, it's alright if you go look there and just a bit of lip on the bottom cap. But she honestly is.
Oh, I can't. No. No.
I'll like watch it go back and forth, like the flow go up and like that. Yeah, and so there's a person
There's
that I
a
wouldn't
time and
lip my
place,
drink.
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it feels very intimate to share a drink like that. I'm like, I'm okay. I feel like just don't lip it.
If
So
I
it's
don't
good.
see the
You
goobies, all
you
good.
share the drinks, and that will be all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just preface that when you meet someone, like just so you know, I lip drink.
That has to be something you
Yeah,
openly-
put it in your
Kia ora, I'm Tahu and I lip drink.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Well,
what you need to do from now on.
okay. Well, moving on from there around. Because, oh my God, what a stupid topic that you come up with. What we go to you for your pop quiz, and you've got a few questions for us about being a Māori in Australia. Come on. And it's a competition, so we'll grab our whiteboards, which is
Sure is.
here.
Here.
And you'll just read a question, and we'll explain our whakatū.
Treat.
Let's do it.
What proportion of Māori live in Australia?
Why are these questions getting harder and harder?
So out of 100% of Māori, this percent live in Australia.
Wait, are we doing percent?
Percent.
No, you said proportion.
Proportion.
Yeah.
So 1 in something.
Oh. 1 in. Oh. I feel like Tahu always judges my answers.
I've gone, what have you gone?
I said 1 in 10.
I went 3 in 10. Yes, I've won. Because I think it might be even more.
Well, according to the 2016 Aussie census, it's 1 in 6.
Wow.
So around 142,000
1,000 people.
Māori.
Whoa.
Dang.
1 in 6.
I wonder how much that's changed since then.
More.
Yeah, I would.
That's what I've
Yeah,
done
I
there
feel like
recently.
it'd be more. Oi, that's
1 in 6.
That's a lot.
So that's 2 and 12. Pretty close.
Next one.
Cut it out.
1. Yeah.
Of the
That's a lot of people, eh?
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's that many Māori over there? You see that many Māori?
Well, I know where I am, there's not that many.
Right.
But I know like Queensland, Perth.
Heaps,
Yeah,
eh?
there's quite a few.
Wait, because where are you based?
I'm in Sydney.
Oh, right.
There, I know there's Māori in
there's
New South
heaps.
Wales, but
Yeah.
Sydney, like,
Not
it's so
many.
big that, you know, you
Right.
don't know who's Māori. You know what I
Unnoticeable.
mean? Yeah.
Okay.
But
True.
There's heaps in Queensland, Perth, etc.
Dang.
Okay.
Question number 2. Of the Māori living in Australia, what proportion were born there?
Out of the 142,000, what proportion? Oh, that's not done it.
I honestly don't know if I've even closely got this. 1 in 12.
1 in 3.
Cheer.
I feel like they're in the next generation.
1 in 3?
1 in 3. A third.
Hoses. How? Did you research this?
I don't know how I do it, okay?
Shut up.
But how I worked it out was that my aunties went over there and they've had their kids there. So it's like
Right.
next generation. That I thought
Gone
that the third
over.
generation should all be born there.
That's wild. 1 in 3.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll stay to have kids there?
No, I think I'll try my hardest to bring my kids up back home.
Back home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably because the things that I got in, you know,
Yeah.
that I grew up with, I want my kids to be able to have that same opportunity.
Harder.
But not the same, like more, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Better.
Totally. Love that. 1 in 3. God damn.
That is a lot.
Yeah, you just like, oh, I already know. You even gave like a 50,000 number.
Well, because I 140,000.
Okay, we get it. You're smart to who. God.
Okay, here we go.
Next one. What percentage of Māori living on Australia speak Māori at home?
What proportion?
No, what percentage, sorry?
Percentage.
Of Māori living in Australia.
Yep.
Speak to their Māori at home.
At home.
Do you have an answer? Cut it out.
Come on,
Cut it
man.
out. Cut it out. Oh, I don't know. No, that's sad. That's a sad number. Oh, fudge. Okay, let's gonna do it.
38%?
38%.
Massive. I've gone 3%.
Approximately 6%.
That was an ambitious number.
I know.
But not even 38% speak Māori at home here.
I put it 18, and then I was like, nah, that's too low.
Have you met Aussie Māoris?
No, I don't know any Aussie Māori. Well, besides Paulie now.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who would go over there.
And the Māori you met from Aussie does speak Māori.
Yeah,
so
I was
it's throwing you off.
like, oh, yeah, no. Like, nah, there has to be more.
Yeah, well, you've met one of the 3%.
Oh, that's, okay.
Is this the last one?
Yeah, last one here.
Okay.
What is the most common reason why Māori migrate to Australia?
Chin.
Okay. Okay.
More money.
I've gone mahi.
Yep. I think, this one here. For a better chance to get work or better jobs.
Doesn't mention money in there.
Cut it out.
Oh, that
We
was
get
a 4
it.
from 4 there. What a
Dang,
win.
You really did slay.
What
That was too much. Wow.
Well, that's
so
kind
shocked.
of everyone's reason to go there, eh? You wouldn't just would you just move to Aussie for fun?
No, but honestly, as social workers, so that's what I trained in. When I started, my starting rate was like 52k as a social worker. My friends who moved over to Australia, they were starting at like 92.
Whoa.
I was like, God, that's $40,000 more than what I was getting. Also Australian dollar, which was so different. So like money I just thought that would be the reason why people would move over, because money is so much better. Yeah.
Is that why you moved?
That's not the reason why I moved over, but I know, speaking with a lot of Māori over there, it's like that's the case for them.
Yeah.
Like, more opportunity, for themselves. Some of them, actually a lot of them, is just to escape, what they've gone through. Growing up back here in Aotearoa. But yeah, a lot of it's either just to escape here, the things that they've gone through, or better money or better mahi. So.
And you're in Sydney, right?
Yeah. I'm living in
So
Sydney.
is there like I know you mentioned it before, but have you found like a Māori community in Sydney?
Yeah, I have actually. So obviously myself being of the Rātana Church or Morehu, we have there's a little pariha or parish over there in Sydney, so maybe like twice or once a month, Morehu from Sydney will catch up and whakamoemiti, we'll get together, have kai, and just catch up. But then when they don't have church, so when we don't have church the once or twice every month, there's a church there called the Church of Te Wairoa Tapu, and that's established by Māori as well, over there, and that's where I go when I don't go to the whakamoemiti for Rātana. So that's kind of like my Māori community at the moment. Is church, and yeah, or even rugby as well. There's a couple Māori boys in the club that I play for, so we always catch up once a week, or after trainings, whatever. Just catch up and talk some tiko.
Talk smack.
Yeah.
Love it. We love to see it.
How's it been adjusting to, because you grew up in your pa, you grew up at home, and how's it been adjusting to a place where there's no home? Like you can't see home, you can't drive home, you can't go hug mum. What's that adjustment been like as a young Māori too? 18, male.
Oh my God, so young.
Yeah, that's
You're a baby.
that's the hardest time, for any kids coming out. What's that been like?
Well, I think what made it easier for me was that I went to a boarding school, so I was able to cope a little bit better than some of my other mates that are over there in different parts of Australia. Just that time being away from Finau, I was already a little bit used to it. But again, there was only a drive down the road from home. So being in Aussie, and not being able to drive home to mum's hugs or the old man's stern kōreros, it was pretty hard. Not at the start, to be and this is me being honest. Like at the start, maybe the first 3 to 4 months,
Everything new.
sweet,
Yes.
yeah, because I got into
adventure.
training.
Freedom.
Yeah, I was just like, yes, like I'll finally get to go out on my own. So I got into rugby, got into mahi, and that kind of just kept me distracted from all of that stuff. And I was just like, yes, I've got money now and I'm able to do my own thing. But it wasn't till I got into pre-season for rugby, and then getting cut from my team, and then ultimately my contract. That was the time where it hit me the most. That's when I wanted my mum, and then the old man, right there. But all I could do was just see them on the messenger or the FaceTime. That was pretty hard for me at that time. But parents will always be there to afi manaki, and their words pushed me through a time where they really tried me. You know what I mean? So no, I was really grateful for them. Really grateful for FaceTime. So
thank goodness for technology.
Yeah,
Wait,
technology
how did they do it
these
last
days,
time?
man.
Like a pigeon, little message on a pigeon.
Yeah.
Ding. That's wild.
I'm there, get straight back on the WhatsApp. That's what I'm doing.
Exactly. It'd take months and months. You spoke about dealing with the grief, I guess, and the loss of losing a contract. So you went over there for rugby?
Yeah, went over there for rugby league.
Right.
Was promised a lot of things.
Not the P word.
Yeah, I was promised a lot of things after probably towards the last term of school. They were like, oh yeah, we'll bring you over, do this, get you a house, get you a job, we'll pay you this, all of this type of stuff. So
wow.
yeah, we'll set you up with these people, and then this will get you here.
Yeah.
And that was they sold the dream. They sold the dream to me.
Of course.
So I was like, yes, sweet. I'm going straight there. And I had a lot of mahi, this is non-rugby. I had a lot of mahi offered to me in that last term of school as well. Like I didn't finish school, but different people were like, oh mate, straight after kura, you can come here and I'll do this for you. But I didn't want that because I'd been doing that type of stuff all my life.
Yeah.
So the footy stuff was kind of something that I wanted, just for myself.
It's like a different dream.
Yeah, just to say I've done that before.
Yeah.
So that's why I pursued the league, and then coming over, had a few hiccups, getting into an actual, a grassroots rugby league club. That took a few weeks. Eventually got into it. And and then I played a season where in a position that I'd never played before, but ended up making, again, the rep side for that position. And then did the whole pre-season. It's probably the fittest that I've ever been. I built on some good size for my age. So I was pretty much all I thought I was at my prime.
On track.
Yeah. I was just right.
This is it.
Yeah,
this is my moment.
I'm on my way within the next 2 years. That's how confident I was.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple trial games. I scored I scored a few tries in one of the trial games. So I was like, they can't drop me now. You know what I mean? Because I was only on a training trial. But yeah, after those couple games, I was like, man, I'm a shoo-in. You know what I mean? Yeah, I kind of went in with that mindset. And then I think it was literally a week before the competition had started. That's when coach rang me up and was like, oh, yeah, sorry mate, don't have a spot for you in the team. And like, soon as he said who he was on the phone, because he said he was calling people to say, men, if you get a call from me within the next couple of days,
So you knew.
yeah, it's probably not going to be the the best phone call. And then as soon as I got this phone call, it was an unknown number, so I was like, oh, surely not. And then Sydney's like, hey man, it's thing from here, I'm just the coach. And I was like, oh. So I knew straight away. Yeah, broke down, had a couple of days, like, just pure, just ratchet.
Yeah.
Stuffy. Yeah.
If this place.
Yeah, hard up.
Get him out.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a pretty tough time for me, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with where I am now.
What made you stay? What made you like?
Oh
like,
yeah. So at that time, after telling my parents, Mum, straight away, come home, come home, I'll look after you. I've already got all of this sorted for you, and and I was pretty sold on that. And then even my tōkana, my sister, they were like, oh, we've got some mahi here for you as well. You can come live here, back home with us. And then the old man was the same, like, oh, boy, it'd be really cool if you came home. We miss you back here. You're needed, all of this type of stuff. And but for me, like, I kind of just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to, like, I still felt like I had something to prove. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't to anyone else. It was
to
just
yourself.
it was just to myself, like, because I always had this thing in my head, like, NRL, Super Rugby, whatever. I just want to make one of those just to say that I've done it, not to, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah.
Just to prove yourself right.
Yeah, just to prove to myself that, like, to the kid self, you know what I mean? Like, gee, this is what you wanted, and you got it. Yeah, now you can do whatever you want. Yeah. But yeah, so I had all this stuff all these people telling me to move home.
You had your village call to you.
Yeah,
I got you, got your back.
Hard. And that was, like, beautiful. It was
How amazing.
It was so cool for me to hear that at that time. But yeah, I just wasn't ready yet, and so I was like, nah. I told them, nah, I'm not going. So a couple of my workmates were like, oh, come to rugby practice if you like it, you can stay, whatever. Yeah. So at that first rugby training, just happened to, there happened to be someone there who was quite up there, who had come from a Super Rugby franchise. He happened to be there at that training, so he liked what he saw, and it was kind of just good timing. Yeah, right place, right time. So yeah, I was pretty grateful.
Helped mentor you along. He made under 19 Australia last year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wait, this is rugby league?
Oh, this
Rugby.
is union.
This is rugby union. Okay.
So it literally
Cool.
changed in the year. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. A similar position or like?
Yeah. Oh, well, it was the position that I liked playing.
You liked best, right?
So that's what union gave to me, gave me a lot more freedom to play what I wanted to play, and play how I wanted to play. So.
Well, just because it feels like kind of effed up, because I feel like they kind of set you up to fail, to put you in a position that you've never played before. Yeah. Even though you were like, this is it, like I'm doing the best, and you were scoring these tries. But that's wild that they would just uplift a young kid really and take you over to a different country and then just kind of lay this out for you and expect for you to just be like thriving.
Well, that's a scary thing, because I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? There's plenty of boys, Māori boys as well, that move over there with a promised dream, and then one little thing happens, or I don't know, but it just doesn't work out. So
sorry, I keep on like having a question because I'm like, I feel like it's so fascinating, because I feel like I love that you talk about like this promised dream that goes over to Australia, and then like you experiencing like this grieving and this loss of like this promise. But like, was there any like support from people, like from them, that said like, this is the promise, and like, sorry, can't do it for you, but like, let's put you somewhere, or let's like, do you need some counselling? Do you need what? Nothing.
Definitely not.
Silence. Yeah,
it was just like, sorry, you're not part of the team. Thanks for being a part of the pre-season campaign. Hung up, and that was. Oh, he did say if there's anything that I can do, but I just felt like it wasn't a genuine. I'm here for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sorry that I've done this to you, but it just didn't feel genuine. And like sometimes I feel like I can read people, you know what I mean? Like I can feel if that guy is genuine or not. And yeah, the coach definitely
no compassion shown.
No.
And I just wonder for someone, like, obviously you've got a good head on your shoulders and you've got a beautiful village behind you and a strong sense of self for your, you know, for who you are. But I just wonder for like young boys going over there, like if they didn't have that, like how traumatic that would be for them, and like how easy it would be to fall into other pathways, right? Rather than going down a really like safe and healthy processing. Like you said, I had 2 days. I was like, fuck this, you know? But like you gave yourself that grace, which I wonder how many other young boys wouldn't give themselves that grace.
Yeah, I'm just grateful that I had some fun over there. Just an auntie and uncle and my cousin who were right there next to me. So yeah, very grateful for them. And then again, ringing up FaceTime and you know, all my whānau kind of helped a lot. Yeah.
It is really scary for young fellas.
That's so scary.
Yeah, especially it's the cut off. It's the thanks for coming by.
Bye later.
Yeah, I know you've uplifted your whole life and moved over here and put all your eggs into our basket that we've promised you that you can eat one day.
This dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they just take your eggs and throw them out. Not a good batch. And it's so hard. It's scary for Māori because particularly in that generation, the 16 to 24, that's the most vulnerable generation for our tāne in specific, especially tāne Māori. And so many of them are over there with this hope and this dream of doing what they were promised to do. And as soon as something goes wrong, it could be playing up at whatever they do. You know, do one thing wrong and see you later. Yeah.
Just
don't want to know
off.
you. Yeah. And that's why I think it's real, it's swept under the Whāriki often that you're just in a business, you're just another cog in their machine. Yeah, literally. They don't care about the player, they just care that their stock is coming through. It's like a farmer. Like for our farm, we need yearlings coming in, and as soon as they're fat enough, see you later. Yeah, you know.
It's a profit.
It's literally just profit, and making sure that their stocks is good. So when you go over there, I think, especially for rangatai young fellas, it's to be aware young that you're just part of the business. So treat it like a business and treat them like a business relationship too. It's hard to tell little kids because they think, you know, these fellas love me and they're going to help and protect me and they care about me because all I've known my whole life is care. You know, my coaches at school care, my whānau cares, so these fellas will care too.
The expectation of it all.
Yeah. When really the reality is
they don't
give a fuck.
They could care less. They could actually care less.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, see you later, when they say bye, and you walk out the door and you feel to yourself like, oh fuck, well they lost a really good opportunity with me. They've got 10 more. Yeah, sitting outside the door, knocking on it, waiting to come in.
10 more brown boys from Aotearoa. Whether they're Māori or Pasifika, come on, let's be honest, right? Like, that's how it gets generated. I know, like, for Pasifika, that happens so much too. And I wonder, like, also, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, the pride aspect, right? Like, I know for a lot of men in my life, like, pride is the bane of everyone's existence that has to interact with them. And so, like, they're often not willing to ask for help because they're like, I'm a man, like, I'm gonna do this myself. But the fact that you asked, like you said, like, this didn't happen, like, that's so amazing. Do you find that, like, there's a support system for like amongst yourselves in Australia, like, after something like that would have happened? Did you guys talk about it? Like, bro, this happened, like, I'm feeling rough.
Well, it wasn't just me that got dropped. There was like quite a few
of you.
Yeah, it was maybe like 4 or 5 of us.
Yeah.
And I know out of us, 3 of them just like quit. Like
Came
quit.
home.
Yeah. Not from. I was the only one from New Zealand.
No way.
Yeah, I was the only one from New Zealand. But the other boys, I think 3 of them just like 2 stopped, like just quit footy. The other 2 were able to go into other teams like almost instantly.
Yeah.
But then one kind of went like right off the rails, like, you know, got like real cut.
Struggling.
Yeah, he struggled a lot. So me and him like talked a lot. Even now, like I look at him now and he's doing so good for himself.
Good for
He's done footy now, but he's like excelling very high in something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool, like how those things can, you know, change people or, you know, help people in a way. So, yeah.
Do you think Australia does it worse than New Zealand regarding that? Like bringing young guys over and like sell them the Australian dream of like, we're going to, you know, give you this like amazing opportunity and we're going to pay you heaps. Do you think that happens often here in Aotearoa?
I think it's...
For rugby in particular?
Yeah, I think it's difficult for me to say because I was never the one growing up. Growing up, I was never the one to make a lot of the top teams here in New Zealand.
Got you.
But speaking, you know, in Australia, yeah, I don't think there's a good support system. Well, there might be, but it's not loud enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for rangatahi, mainly, you know, Pasifika and Māori. Yeah, I just don't think it's touched on a lot. Yeah, it's kind of really quiet.
Swept under the rug.
Swept under the rug. No support systems, eh? I mean, like, look, let's be honest. If Australia can't get it right with their Aboriginal Indigenous community, like, how can we get it? How can they fucking get it right? No, but I'm just saying, like, you can't get it right with your Indigenous people. How do we expect them to get it right with anyone else?
Yeah.
And that's just like an Aotearoa. We can't get it right with our Māori. How can we get it right with anyone else? Like, how can we expect to have a standard of care if we can't even do it for the people that come from this land? Like, you know, they get treated so bad. I know when my cousin went over, I was like, oh, how's Australia? Like, are you experiencing any racism? And he was like, oi, they just only care the fact that I'm not Aboriginal. Other than that, I'm just like a big brown guy, strong. Like, the girls love me, the guys want to be my friend. Like, that's just so different there. Well, for his experience, that is. So what do you do now? So what are you doing in Australia now?
So I work with insurance, like it's like an insurance remediator. So like I just, that's my mahi, and then I just play rugby as well. Yeah. Yeah. So and yeah, it's pretty cool.
But don't you have a third job? Aren't you doing some like dance thing?
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like really trying to get it out of it. I want to know all the things. Yeah. So you got 3 jobs.
Oh, it's not even a job. It's more like it's kind of like my escape. You know what I mean? Like from rugby and from mahi. Because growing up in Ratanapa is a big, entertainment type of vibe, you know what I mean? You know, especially for my whānau, like kapahaka is a really big thing, music is a really big thing, performing is a really big thing, so, and that's what I grew up on, and that's like, that's something that I know will never like get taken away from me. So
absolutely.
So when I do that, that's like my escape from rugby and mahi. So yeah, I do that with Matavai and
shout out to Matavai.
Shout out to Matavai. Yeah. Like effortlessly. Yeah. They've helped me so much as well.
Yeah.
Just like just teaching dancers and learning about Pacific culture and, you know, all the different islands. No, it's really cool, and, you know, it's something challenging for me as well.
Connection to home too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
But it also again feels that thrill that I missed for a bit. So yeah, I'm pretty grateful for them.
So you're busy as.
Yeah, well, that's the type of lifestyle that that I love.
Yeah.
I hate being at home doing nothing. I can't keep still. I always have to be on the go.
On the go.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
And that's what I like to do anyway. So.
Yeah. Cool.
That's the real way. That like Māori boy goes to Aussie and does Tongan.
I mean, he does other dances, but Tongans are most important.
Yeah, because when I found out he was doing that over there, I was like, what?
I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, I was watching Eddie. Like he come home the other day, and we just picked him up from the airport, And that night, like the first thing he did was play our songs and do all his dances.
Wow,
Like,
I love
actual
it.
loves it.
That's amazing. Well, because it would be so nice to learn something new while still staying in the entertainment, right? And moving your body and like learning different like songs and all of that stuff. That's amazing. I think also like really healing.
Yeah,
It'd be self-care for you, right? And I don't think often people have that outside of their 9-to-5 mahi. I don't think people actually have things that bring them joy because they're so exhausted and they think, oh, this is going to exhaust me even more.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, right? It kind of replenishes you a little bit.
And I think I'm so grateful for my upbringing.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have that, then I wouldn't be doing the dancing. Because never in my life did I ever think I was going to be doing island dancing or doing the meke or,
Love it.
But that's the sad thing as well, is that I'm like, there's only 2 Māori boys in that whole, you know what I mean, in the whole dancing classes and groups. So, yeah, that's something that, like, I want to try. Trying to make my mission is trying to get more of the Māori boys to jump in. I've hardly seen Māori since I've been there. And, like, I'm not in places where there's more Pākehā or et cetera, Like, I feel like I'm in a place where I would see a lot of Māori or a lot of Pacifica. But, yeah, definitely the culture is really different. There's more Lebanese food, Arab foods, all of that. It's just, it's everywhere you walk here, there's Māori. Everywhere you walk in Australia, there's tons of different cultures. And it's like, I think in Sydney or New South Wales alone, it's like 8 million people. Yeah. Yeah, back here is only like, 5, 4.
The whole of the country.
The whole country.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely the amount of people. The structures are really, really different. Buildings are so high. The water's yuck. No.
Speak your truth, boy. Speak your truth.
Like you can fish there and that, but like you can't like the other day me and the bro went for a fish and we ate it, but in Australia you can't hunt or fish and then eat what you caught, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I know for like pigs and that, especially in Australia, you can't eat them because they're like pests or something like that.
Parasites
or some stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so just all the little stuff is really different.
Do you yearn to speak Māori over there?
Yeah, well, whenever I go to Whakawhimiti or even to the Church of Te Wairoa Tapu, a lot of Māori come, but maybe only like 3.
Speak Māori.
Yeah, maybe only 3 people, including myself,
Speak
Māori. And which is like obviously pretty sad, but that's like my time to go back and not help, but to encourage other Māori.
Yeah, we had Jordan earlier, Jordan Rapana, and she spoke about like being an urban Māori. And I know she's one of my best friends. Whenever I hear her speak to the Māori, like I learn so much from her, and like just being able to learn is like so amazing. So like you just being able to be present and like visibly like speaking it, I feel like that would be so encouraging for people and just like, oi, like that I could do that too. Or like it's my right to know my language. So that's amazing. Have you sorry, I know we have to like round out, but like have you experienced like much like racism in Australia?
Yeah, I have actually.
Yeah.
And like now that I've got my pūoro, it's more like, or my peha, it's more like, actually just before I come home, I think it was Boxing Day. Me and a couple of the boys went out, and there's like this really popular place on, I think it's Coogee or Bondi, one of them, that we went to, and I wasn't allowed in because I had tattoos. But like people before me were like Australian or Pākehā, but with like little tattoos like on their arms and all of that. But it's that was probably yours. That was probably like one of the biggest ones that like really upset me. Yeah. And like I just that really got to me a little bit. So I just went home. Yeah, went home after that and just like thought to myself, like, why? Like, this is like who I am, you know what I mean? This is like a part of me.
It's also beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean? It is. It's so beautiful, and it's like markings, and it gives people an opportunity to see that this is someone's culture and like actual being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard when I don't want to say.
That's it.
Hard when you don't have culture.
No, it's true though.
Yeah, like
Yeah, they're so disconnected from their cultures.
Yeah.
Pākehā is so disconnected.
But not just for me as well. Like one of the Samoan boys, he has his pe'a, and same thing. We went out and wasn't let him because he had his pe'a. I wasn't let him because I had my pe'a, and then because he had a long hair or something like that. Yeah. So
that's wild.
Yeah. The racism is more present, I feel, in Australia than
Wait,
even just like oblivious racism.
like
they
it's,
don't even know.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what
don't
they
even
did?
know.
They saw a few good-looking brown boys, and they're like, "Dang, our Australian girls are gonna take it." And they're like, "We need more for these Australian boys." That's what they did. Nah, serious. I'm telling you, this is my theory. Anatola theory. Oh my gosh. What would be your advice if we're gonna round up? What would be your advice to someone who's potentially thinking about moving over to Australia? As
for
a Māori.
a Māori that grew up a Māori, like grew up at his whenua, knows his whānau, knows his whakapapa. Because that's the biggest difference, is that you've gone over there knowing that stuff. You're not, that's a true disconnection of your whenua. Yeah. What would you say to those fellas?
Just do it, man. Like, if what you want just happens to be in Australia, then like just go for it. Like, obviously, whānau go over there for opportunity, to escape their upbringings and their whānau here. If that's what's best for you and your whānau, then why should people stop you from wanting the best for yourself? You know what I mean? So I think if that's what you want, then
follow your gut.
Yeah, 100%.
Follow your joy.
With a long-term plan of coming home.
Yeah, with a long-term plan. Yeah. But also, like, I guess, like, also for you, what I would imagine would help a lot of other Māori would be, like, having a strong connection back home, right? And, like, a strong ability to, like, look after yourself and care for yourself and look after your mental well-being, because it's, like, not an easy road ahead if that's the road you choose. So to really, like, build your kete and like build it so that you have something you can like lean on, eh?
I love it. And then just take action.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to give it a go.
Give it a go.
You don't know till you know.
Yeah.
Here on Under the Whāriki. Thank you.
Awesome. That's us, guys. Thank you so much, Paulie. We've loved listening to you and having a little kōrero, but yeah, that's us. We're it for it.
Thank you, my bro. Ka kite anō.